Hey guys, Mrs. Traver here. We're going to go through some notes on section 1-2. It is on graphing quadratics from vertex and intercept forms. So we're going to start off with vertex form, and let me give it to you from the get-go. We've got y equals a times the quantity x minus h squared plus k. And some values should look familiar to you here. So that A is the same A we used in standard form, where it tells us if it opens up or down and if it's narrow or wide. And then the H and the K are what we're used to. That is the vertex. So what's nice about vertex form is that we can see the vertex right from the equation. So before, where we had to go find the vertex and then use a table to graph it, we already have the vertex and it'll save us that step. So our first example is in vertex form. It's y equals negative 1/4 times the quantity x plus 2 squared plus 5. So our first thing we want to do is find our vertex, and we're able to do that right from here. Notice that in the formula it is negative h, so it's negative whatever you see for the h value. So negative 2, and then k is still positive. So negative 2, positive 5 is our vertex. And we're able to use a table in order to plot some values. I'll go a couple points to the left and a couple points to the right. So let's give ourselves an XY table. With our vertex in the middle. And let's do a point to the left. Let's jump over by 2. So a point 2 to the left of negative 2 is negative 4, and 2 to the left of that is negative 6. A point 2 to the right of negative 2 is 0, and 2 to the right of that is 2. So we've got those 4 points now that we can go solve for. We'll take our x value, and we'll be able to plug it in for the x's, or the one x that's in our equation. You can do it algebraically like that, or you can use your calculator's table function in order to do that as well. So take a moment and find those. When you click play, we'll have those filled in. All right, check your values with mine. I have negative 6, 1. Negative 4, 4, 0, 4, and 2, 1. So at this point, we're going to be able to plug those in to our graph. I like to try to zoom into my coordinate plane where it'll make the most sense. So I did that here in the first and second quadrant. Let's plot these values. So go ahead and plot those 4 points and then check with me on how it looks. All right, here's how mine looks. You plotted those 5 points and then you made a parabolic curve with it. It's nice when we graph these if we label our vertex and our axis of symmetry, so we're going to get in the habit of that. Our vertex I did in red, it is negative 2, 5. We'll plot that, and then we can draw a vertical line through the vertex. That's our axis of symmetry. If I were to fold my paper, it would match. And that is a vertical line at x equals h, and our h was negative 2. So x equals negative 2 is the formula for our axis of symmetry. Let's do another one. So we've got example 2. We'll have y equals 1.5 times the quantity x minus 2 squared plus 3. And on this one, our vertex is negative, negative 2, positive 3. So our HK are at positive 2, positive 2, positive 3, sorry. All right, we can plot a table from there, so let's do that again. Our x and our y. And put our 2, 3 right in the middle. We'll go to the left and to the right. To the left of it is a 1 and a 0, and to the right is a 3 and a 4. And then we're going to plug each one of these guys in. When I mentioned using the table function of your calculator, I'll show you what I mean by that. If you have a graphing calculator, we can go to the y equals button and type in what our equation is. So 1.5 x minus 2 quantity squared, and then plus 3. If you're looking for how to type in x, it is right here. And squared is right here. So this one that says xt, and then that's theta, and that's where you'll get the x from. After you've got that in there and you'd like to find a table of values like we are trying to fill in, notice above graph it says table in blue. Second and hit that button, you'll get to it. and you've got a large table, as large as you'd like. So we want to know what's at 0. It's 9. At 1 is 4.5. There is our 2, 3 that we were looking for. 3, 4.5, and 4, 9. So notice they're symmetrical around this guy. So this will be our minimum. Let's plot our points. So let's see. I'm mainly going to be in the first quadrant here. It's going to be skinnier than normal because our A is 1.5. And it's shifted up, so I want to give myself room to get all those points in there. So I need to go up to at least 9. So let's plot. We've got 2, 3. We've got the point 1, 4.5. 3, 4.5. 0, 9. And 4, 9. So there's all of my points. We can connect them. And lastly, let's label our vertex and label our axis symmetry again. So this point would be our 2, 3. That's our vertex. And our axis of symmetry goes through x equals h, and h is 2. So this is the line x equals 2. All right. Let's pause the video here. This is all vertex form. And the second part of this, I will do intercept form. So we'll come back and we'll do intercept form on part 2.